ones. These are the good ones. These are the good ones. The good ones. As far as I'm aware for the entire show, these are the good ones. How do I put this? There's like a gradient going on here. There's Oxley, who is talking about the brand in his artist statement. And doesn't mention... Let's see. He mentions a 90s memory about buying Sonic the Hedgehog while listening to Pearl Jam.
Okay.
That's quite a long time ago. Let's transition down. Then there's Keith Maiden, who does remember playing Sonic, but also has a child who plays Sonic. But he's talking about Sonic from so distant a memory that he's also talking about it purely as a brand. Like, he doesn't know how to talk about it in the slightest way. It's like, the Sonic game is a brilliantly formulaic balance that will continue to win fans on the Sonic in action. Sonic has no formula as a franchise, and this is its biggest problem. I think everybody knows that.
Where?
And then there's this guy, whose kids play Sonic, and he also talks to their children. He also talks to his children while his kids play Sonic. You can tell because the first thing he references is discussing with his children who would be Sonic and who would be Tails, which suggests that he played the games with his kids, and still does. And you can tell that because he knows how to paint a damn Sonic. That makes sense?
It does. If you would like my opinion, I like the colours and the artistic direction for the most part. But at the same time, you look at these and go, bit shit.
Yeah, I should have drunk some. They would have been kawaii.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the latest Uncutting Crew episode of Sonic Boom, and we're finally recording again.
Yay!
Yeah!
Actual free time! Actual free time! Actual free time! Woo!
I don't really think I need to explain who's here. I think all of us cheering is a good way. By now, if you don't know who we are, I don't know. There's a Kevin.
There is. He had to take an actual holiday from work in order to be here, but he's here.
There's a cat.
Yes, there is. Hello.
And then there's some meme. Who cares about him though?
Hello, meme.
7 memes in hand, and all of them are Donnie. And what's worse, the hand is Donnie's hand.
Oh God.
What is this surreal nonsense?
I don't know.
We're already getting into the horror stories, and we just started. This is great.
Oh dear. But yes, as Donnie says, we are here. And my goodness, thank you for your patience. Not even joking here, guys. Thank you so much for your patience on this.
We don't mean to make you guys wait so much.
No.
We just cannot, for likes of us, get any.
The
Even
last
like
time we actually recorded, because I've got the dates down on the way that the what we used to records it because it gives it a timestamp in the title, and it was like 19th of March. And it's the 13th of May now, which gives you an idea how freaking bad it's been for us.
When we last recorded, I was 24 years old. we're recording now. I'm 25 years old. I've advanced a year.
Yes.
Oh no!
He leveled up in the meantime.
I leveled up. I'm now a quarter of a century old.
He's a quarter of a century old, as opposed to me, who is a third of a century old, and Kat, who is less.
Yeah, she's meow.
Yeah, meow is my age. I can confirm that is in fact the number of my age.
Okay.
Her age number is meow.
Number of my age is meow.
Okay. Meow the edge.
So Sonic Boom still exists.
It does still exist. Contrary to message boards in places, it still exists.
Contrary to popular belief.
Contrary to Cartoon Network and Sega.
Contrary
to official belief.
Okay. Let's be fair here. Sega has started acknowledging it a little.
It has, and we'll get onto that in a minute. Although we did. One of the things we should point out is when you say you joke contrary to Cartoon Network, contrary to Cartoon Network's slate for next year.
Yeah, they weren't even mentioned in the upfront.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
They're not even mentioned.
Oh, that explains why there was one guy in the Sonic Forces tag saying cute Sonic Boom thinks it's getting another season. And it was kind of like, meh?
Yeah.
To be fair, they never announced another season of Sonic Boom through the upfronts.
Yeah, you could have made this claim quite easily for season 2 as well. So we will.
Was made quite easily.
We will continue to enjoy what we've got, and if it is only for this remaining season, then so be it. But
even if there's another new season announcement, it probably won't happen for like another 2 years, if like minimum. If the downtime between season 1 and 2 is any indicator, so that's
true because that's it. There might not be one for the next year because it might be a year indeed before one comes out. So it's funny actually. What I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'm seeing more and more like Boom memes or images relating to like little moments from the series going up on Twitter specifically from fans and people. A lot of people are suddenly going, wow, that was funny, and it's like, wow, I can't believe they did this, and I'm sort of sitting there going, yes, they've been doing it for a couple of years now, but thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
You're quite welcome to check out the rest of the series, which is just as good.
I mean, at this point,
except Just a Guy, that sucks, and it still does.
At this point, people have been more vocal about the way Cartoon Network has been treating the show than the show itself. If that's any indicator, like, as to how bad the show has been treated. It's
one of those things, I think, but at the very least, I'll tell you what, we're almost at the point with this episode where we were actually into 2017 episodes, because today's episode that we're watching is the 8th episode of season 2.
I thought it was the 7th. I thought it was the 7th episode.
No, the 7th episode is the one that has literally at this very moment just finished rendering that we did.
I can't even keep up with these episodes anymore. I mean,
yeah,
the halfway point of season 2 aired last week, so.
Unless I've got this horrendously wrong, which I don't think I have. It was episode 6. Episode 6 was Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Worser.
That's basically Sega and Cartoon Network with their promotion of Boom right now. It's anything you can do, I can do worse.
Oh dear.
I don't know where you made me laugh from, but that was good.
I don't know
Could be
either.
worse.
I'm tired.
Could be worse. Could be Archie.
Oh God! Don't get.
About that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Well, no, actually, can we just say that there won't be any Sonic Boom next year because it's being replaced by old cartoon versions? They're putting out the Archie cartoon from like the 70s or whatever it was. They're just showing that instead.
See, what they're going to do is they're going to take the characters from the Archie comics, they're going to bring back Sat AM, and they're going to rename Sat AM to Sat because it's literally the reaction people are having to all this Archie news right now is Sat
It's really unfortunate. It's like, be sure not to miss an episode of Riverdale.
Be sure not to miss. Be sure not to miss the next issues of.
Yeah, be sure not to miss miss an issue of Sonic, whatever.
Can't wait for that Riverdale Teen Titans Go crossover.
Don't! It might happen.
Teen Titans.
Teen
Titans Dale.
I would put more money on that happening than season 3 at this point. It just would. But yeah, let's go into that. Kat, you were going to say about the stuff with Archie and.
Is this a thing like we should recap the second?
Yeah, we can do that now. I don't see why not.
So, Sonic the Hedgehog comics started getting slightly delayed. Then they started getting not even showing up at all. Since about January?
January, yeah, mid-January.
Since about mid-January, suddenly, like, a bunch of issues have been cancelled. Amazingly, one of them hasn't been cancelled, but the other issues around it have been cancelled, so God knows what's happening there.
All we know is that, based on what Archie's saying, they're in talks with Sega, quote unquote talks with Sega, which can
According
mean
to them, they're in talks with Sega. According to some bloke who claims to have had an inside source, they're not so much in talks with Sega as arranging the funeral with Sega, but
yeah, that's pretty much the case.
But of course, take
the fandom
all of that
requests
with a
no
grain of
flowers
salt because as usual, it is an anonymous source, and you can never prove an anonymous source until the thing they're talking about actually happens.
Anony Mouse was the worst Disney character.
Like, I just don't understand how it is that the Archie comics are somehow now getting even less promotion than the Boom cartoon has.
It's funny about that, isn't it, in a
Archie
way?
Comics only have a very, very small fraction of the audience
How-
of Boom.
But how is it that the Archie Sonic comics have been getting promoted less than the Boom cartoon has?
I have a good theory about this because I'm actually in the source that is mentioned and is on the Stadium board, and the rundown is that it's the comics have not been selling as well, which is true.
It's in fact depressingly true because they're now at slightly less than half sales of what they were before Pender's
Well, they're at 0 at the moment, so
yeah. But you know what I mean.
yeah, but I mean it's partly because of them having to screw around with the plot so much. Also, I mean, let's not forget comics as a whole are in a slump at the moment. So it makes sense that Archie actually concentrates on the thing that, you know, it would be designed to make money.
On the thing that actually gets the money as opposed to the Sonic comics.
Archie is not that, and Archie's not that beholden to the Sonic franchise, especially as it has caused them nothing but pain over the last 3 or 4 years. But
maybe in the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, but the other thing that was said is that Sega wanted more money for it. Now, a couple of shows back, which probably equates to several years at this point with Uncutting Crew, but a couple of shows back when we were talking about this, it might have been even the last, no, it would have been 2 shows ago when we were talking about the Ian Flynn one. I did mention at some point, I think, about how the licensing people who Archie dealt with, I thought there might have been some kind of disconnect between Archie and Sega, because the people who they used to deal with, who they dealt with for years and years and years, weren't there anymore. And I think I voiced my concern at the time about whether or not the relationship is still there as it was, because they dealt with the same people for ages, absolutely ages. So even though you had a situation whereby parts of the company weren't that well informed that Sonic even had a comic, and that's one of my funniest moments from my early days of Sega, was informing the actual Sonic team at Sega Europe was that, hey, you know, like Sonic's actually got a comic and has had it for years, and they was like, really? It's like, yes, it's been going for like a decade. I didn't know anything about it. And I was like, oh, for the love of God. But the point is that if there's like if you deal with certain people and you're used to dealing with them, and you have a professional relationship over a long period of time, then you know how that works. I know that definitely Sega Europe's gone through license people not that long ago. I don't know what the situation with Sega America, but it's not the same people again that they've dealt with previously. So if somebody new-ish is there and there's a contract coming up, it makes them look very good to say, hey, can we get some more money out of this? Because if you get more money out of it and you're a licensing person, it makes you look very good. Whereas maybe before, with how the contract worked, the people at Sega America who were dealing with licensing knew how it worked, knew the relationship, and sort of understood this was a long-term thing, and we're quite happy to sort of let things stay as they are and sort of maintain a status quo. So it does make sense that from Archie's side, it's like, well, it's not making more money for us, so, and it's caused us all these issues. So if Sega have come in, and it's quite likely they have, and gone, I want more money, or rather we want more money, because it's Sonic and Sonic is very valuable. Sonic is not as valuable as you think it is, and that's your doing. And yeah, it's not that surprising, if accurate, that it's all fallen down in a big massive heap of sneakers, gloves and sports tape.
I mean, the Sega that we knew from like pre-2014 doesn't really exist anymore. It's a completely different Sega, completely different, almost completely different people, completely different like structure, completely different plans. Like this is not the Sega that we're used to from a few years ago, and I'm sure that didn't just affect Sega itself, but also the people that associate with Sega and collaborate with them, like Archie. I'm sure I'm sure the whole restructure really hit Archie just as badly as it did for Sega, because they didn't know probably who to talk to or anything.
Because there was also a worry not that long ago about First for Figures in general, as I remember, and crikey, the only reason they got their license for Sonic to continue was me. So, as I went to bat for them, basically, in a licensing meeting. But yeah, it's a great shame. But I don't know. Maybe that because they did this before. Like about 10 years ago, they sort of, when they wanted to get their licenses sort of back in order, they sort of took stock and let things run out and things, and then started again. I almost wonder if they're doing the same thing now, but we'll see. Hopefully it will come through, because it's one of those things where the actual comics, yes, there's a lot of issues in terms of history with the comic and problems that it's had, and frankly part of that's Archie's own fault.
Part of, you say?
I think there's a little bit of other blame there, in that Sega should have when everything started with all the lawsuits, Sega were very hands off to the point that that suddenly they turned around a couple of years later and went, "Wait, what? This is happening? What? Hey?" Because they didn't take as seriously an interest in protecting their IP, and actually they should have, a lot of the lawsuit stuff they should just stomp down on immediately, as opposed to being very blasé about their own characters and licensing. So there's a little bit of blame there, but at least as far as I'm concerned. But well, hey, we'll see what happens. I hope they figure it out and just keep it at the same deal. Maybe if things are going a little bit bad, just give them a little bit of a run off, because it's historic. It's such a long running thing, and it's kind of been an anchor for the fan base for so long that it would be a great shame to let it go simply because, oh well, we can't be bothered anymore. And that does seem to be the main reason, is that both sides can't really be bothered, which is bad.
I mean, like, some people are saying that, hey, maybe Archie will resolicit the comics again in the future or something like that, and I can sort of understand why they would feel that way, because Archie's done it in the past with a couple of other comics. But the thing is, we've also seen Archie just completely stop doing a comic, i.e. the Mega Man comic, and just not even bother anymore. So I mean,
that was
Mega Man
licensing.
comic at least got warning, and so it was written intentionally. So they were able to write issue 50 as intentionally and a series conclusion if it wasn't necessarily a story's end.
They might be able to do
given warning.
Yeah, they might be able to do a thing where they can arrange for X issues that could tie the thing up. Because are they that far away from issue 300 on the main comic?
Yeah, they weren't that far away from issue 300.
I think if they actually made it so that they could tie up whatever it is you've got with Universe, and maybe tie up the next universe, then use Universe's next arc to just maybe do like a series of one shots for specific characters to fill in backstory for finalizing the arc that you're doing in the main comics, and then tie it up in episode 300, make it like a double issue or something. And because it's been around for so long, you don't get to nearly 300 comics. How many different series of comics have there been? You've got a digest you've been doing all sorts with this brand, and you don't just throw that away for the sake of it would harm. It harms Archie, it harms Sega, it harms the brand. Because even if Sega think, hey, we're going to ship this off to IDW or something.
That's the thing that I keep reading. People hoping that the series will continue with the same numbering through IDW. That's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how attached you are to the Archie Sonic comics. If they, and it's always phrased like this, gave the series to another company in IDW, because nobody just wants to say they want IDW. They keep making it a suggestion as if it's brand new information or something. That really ticks me off, you may notice. But everybody seems to think that it wouldn't be straight up an entirely new series.
Yeah. Because
they assume that the thing that had people reading Archie Sonic was not that it was a Sonic the Hedgehog book, but that it was a Sonic the Hedgehog and his entire universe book.
Which ironically was what Universe was supposed to be, wasn't it? Universe was, hey, other characters.
Hey, other characters exist, but always focus on the ones that are from the games.
But
no, like
to do sort of beautiful things and expand it, that was what Universe was.
the Sonic Archie Satam universe is not the main universe. So there's no reason to assume that it would be completely preserved if handed over to IDW.
Yeah,
Please
if it
remember
goes...
that Transformers has a long, extensive universe. The IDW Transformers series is not the same universe.
I think the main thing I've noticed is that people really are not happy with Archie right now. It's not really... They're not really blaming Sega for this entire incident. It's Archie. Like, people... Even if Archie does bring back the comics and they do really re-solicit him and, you know, the comics continue on like normal, people aren't going to forget that all this happened. These past few months happened.
Yeah, I hate to inform
Nobody's
people...
forgotten that the past few years happened, so...
I hate to inform people of this in general. So if you think that it will continue on and you'd have Sally and everybody, no. Because Sonic Team are not beholden to those characters in any way, shape or form. And it's, you know, if it did, it would indeed start again, as Kat said.
The Satam characters have been the lighter side of the Sonic Forces third character debate, but they've still been the stupid side. No, that silhouette is not Antoine. No. Why would they even pick Antoine?
I very much doubt that if you asked Takashi Iizuka, he would know who Antoine is. Not happening, guys. Really not.
I mean, one of the years we could show him Antoine.
Some people are saying that they're shocked at the Sonic
comics. Really bad. You can make like a really terrible bilingual PowerPoint presentation on the Saturn characters.
Donnie,
that would be a thing.
Donnie, you were saying?
No, see, like some people were saying that like the Archie comics, the Sonic Archie comics, really they're surprised that the comics even went this long. But really, it's not that I'm surprised that the comics went this long. I'm surprised that they really used characters like Sally for this long, because really, outside of an appearance in Sonic Spinball and outside of Sat AM, they weren't really used. I mean,
exactly. It's a different thing. They would want it kept under the...
It's astonishing these characters have stayed alive for so long.
They would.
It's not necessarily weird that they've been in the Archie Comics for so long, because they were the original cast, and there was very little justification to toss them out of the main cast. They've tried slightly retiring characters every now and then, but they've never actually succeeded, because you can't just rip the entire cast out of a thing.
Jesus, I just thought of something.
Is it a funny thing or a terrifying thing, or a terrifying funny thing?
For the first time this season, Kat.
Yes?
You said the word. It suddenly dawned on me you said the word.
Huh?
You said the P word, Kat.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Switch off the alarm, someone!
It's like a
someone!
necessary part of the discussion, because we can pinpoint the exact element where everything fell out. Where everything fell out of the bag, and that exact moment was a couple of issues after the new 252 started. That is the exact moment the sales start to drop off.
Yeah. Oh well. We might be losing the Archie Comics, everybody, but don't worry, we'll still have the Lara Sue Chronicles, and that's going to be fantastic.
Don't worry, Julie was in it, and nobody cares about Lara more than they do about Julie.
Yeah.
How is it that the Lara Sue Chronicles is going, but the Archie Comics may not? How is it? What is even going on?
Anyway, episode. Whatever this is,
episode 8, I believe.
Episode 8. He says, as he actually goes and you know what I should do? You know what I should do?
Look at the episode?
No, the episode's there. I've got the stuff, but I just realised I should probably start uploading.
Not while we're recording, Kevin.
Oh yeah, that did happen. That did go weird before. Rats. I just run out of time.
I don't remember that. I just probably think we should keep the number of concurrent processes to a minimum.
Under the current, this is on the new PC. This is a new PC where many things could happen at the same time. And my computer sort of shrugs at
50
it.
tabs at the same time.
My computer shrugs at it and goes, "Really? That's what the situation is."
That's basically the thing my computer does. It's just like, nah, you're running Firefox and Chrome and Discord and Skype and Steam and all this, and you're still able to record in HD for your YouTube channel. Ah, that's nothing.
My little laptop.
It's uploading, so
okay.
Having 16 gigabytes of RAM really goes a long way.
This new PC is the boss.
You could even make it light up in funny patterns.
We can indeed. It's fantastic, this new computer. Yeah. So moving on, and if the recording is all funny at this point, my apologies, but it really shouldn't do. I don't see any reason why it should.
To be fair, we didn't see any reason why Archie Comics should be ending anytime soon. So I mean,
obviously we can't go on the basis of your feedback because this show, we've talked all about Archie in the pre-show for some time now, so we're going to skip along to the actual episode. The episode is called
In the Midnight Hour.
In the Midnight Hour.
Only because I can still see the title card on our lovely viewing thing.
Paul Schreiber is the writer, and I can tell you the filmography because this is his first episode.
There really haven't been that many new writers in season 2, thinking about it. But then again, that's mostly because all the new writers were in season 1.
Okay. Other writing...
Yeah, as opposed to, having already been established by season 1.
Already established writers.
So, Paul has 2 other writing credits that at least IMDb knows of, which is 2 shorts, actually. And they are Goddamn Geniuses. Goddamn Geniuses.
That's also something that could probably sum up Sega and Cartoon Network.
Donnie, your tongue is so firmly in your cheek, it has permeated your cheek and some like a meter outside of it. Go to a hospital immediately.
Are you saying that my tongue is a meteor?
I'm saying
no, Jesus Christ.
I didn't know I had a meteor as a tongue.
Thinking
about that would look very...
Kat, explain to me later how Donnie went from that to my tongue is a meteor, because I honestly don't understand how he has.
Part of your sentence sounded a lot more like the word meteor isolated than another word.
Oh.
Right.
Did I say I have
the other one was Tent City, USA.
It's what?
An actor on another 2 shorts, Aced and Animals. Cinematographer credit on the television series Funny by Association. Director on a short called The Blindest Date in 2013. Part-time Fame, 2 episodes of that. Wow. Okay, Part-time Fame, the 2 episodes that he was director on was The Time We Online Dated and The Time with the Panties.
They don't sound related.
I don't think any of these sound related.
Was the director of Goddamn Geniuses. And in the Midnight Hour is his first credit for Sonic Boom. Oh, other things to note was miscellaneous crew. He's got a production assistant for Blood Type Unknown, and set production assistant this year. Set production assistant for 3 episodes of the reboot / continuation of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh. That was slightly unexpected.
Has there been a single writer that doesn't have an extensive resume yet?
Yes, there was one of the ones from season 1 where there was like bugger all of anything. We were wondering what the hell to speak about them. Also, disappointment because there's 0 Batman involved. As long-time viewers will know, you have to have some kind of affiliation with Batman in order to actually get a job on the show.
Usually Brave and the Bold.
Usually Brave and the Bold. Or the Batman. It's between the two of them.
Just rename Sonic Boom Sonic Bat. I mean, why not?
Batman.
Considering how much affiliation. Boom Man.
Yeah, for those who are interested, it's the 3 episodes of Time Travelers, City Wilderness, and Reptilicus. So yeah, that's that one. We've got the introduction of a new robotic bad guy. Not giving too much away because it was quite crocky. It first aired the 31st of December 2016, so that's what I meant about we're almost in 2017 episodes.
Why is it that they could have aired that New Year's episode from season 1 that day? They didn't air that season 1 that episode that day.
If they didn't air the New Year's episode on the New Year when it was actually that first season's premiere, then they weren't going to do it then. But
they've aired New Year's Retribution every day except on every season except the season that involves New Year's. Yeah,
but of course, according to Sonic Wikia, who do a good job of keeping tabs on all of these things, 31st of December in 2016 for the US air dates. In France, it was the 8th of April 2017, and of course, we've got no idea of any other countries because so few of them exist on the Sonic Boom map of the world.
For season 2.
For season 2, anyway.
Season 1 is alright.
It's worth noting that the show has aired. Season 2 of Boom has now officially premiered in France, along with another 20 episodes, 25 episodes. So France went from being 20 some odd episodes behind America to being 6 episodes ahead of America, and 1 in 2 days.
Oh, geez.
And now they're starting to fall behind again because France has not aired any more episodes since.
Has Canada been dropped into place on the map again and they've been again destroyed by the tidal wave?
I really don't know.
That's why we've barely seen Tanner around. It's because he's been doing the airdrops of poutine again. The care packages.
As far as I know, it's supposed to be airing in 100 countries or something like that. Because
according to Sam,
because here's a fun fact. Because something that I don't think people really knew about what we know about the upcoming about the multiparter saga of Sonic Boom, because there is a multiparter that the 3 of us have to commentate for coming up.
Oh yeah. Tell us about that, because there were, as far as we know, 2 fan sites that got the chance to see this 4-part multi-part episode of Sonic Boom in advance, and one of them was Sonic Stadium, and Adam Tuff, T-Bird, did a review on that. But the other one was TSSZ, and who from TSSZ was chosen?
Hi. Well, it was Tristan, but
oh, well, never mind.
Tristan basically relayed it over to me, though. Basically, I was able to watch all of the multi-parter saga that is Robots from the Sky before anyone else, which is something that I really never would have expected to say at all. especially even just a few months ago, I never would have expected to say that. But
as if I remember rightly, you got to see it even before Alan Denton did.
Yes.
Which, yeah, key members of the show didn't get to see it before you did.
I mean, it's saying a lot. Also, what people didn't get to see was the giant TSC watermark that was on the screening episode that we got to see. So there was a giant watermark saying, "Hey, this is for TSC." But
Well,
yeah, I honestly never. It went for. I actually jotted notes down during the saga to kind of mark any interesting points. But something that I don't think we really talked about, like TSC or Stadium really mentioned, because I mean, there's a very distinct reason why we didn't bring this up. I don't know about I don't know about Stadium, but there's a reason why I didn't really put this out. But Sega actually did make a press release for multiparter.
Hang on a
and
minute.
No one...
Wait a minute. Let me just. Sorry, I'm holding onto my desk at the minute to try and keep me upright. Sega did a press release.
Sega did a press release for the multiparter of Sonic Boom.
I think I need some air.
For Robots from the Sky.
I don't believe you.
I have it sitting in front of me right now. I'm actually looking at it right now.
I don't believe it.
Let me just get a bag. Hang on. Let me just.
Sega actually made a press release. Made a press release for the Sonic Boom multiparter, and they never published it. They never put it up anywhere.
That's more believable. Thank you.
I thought for one glorious moment that this had just gone out and I'd missed it, and it was like, yes, you've finally done something, but no! Bang! Straight back to form! Didn't even release it! Why should we? No one needs to know! It's a freaking press release, you utter idiots!
I don't know if they were trying to rely on TSC and Stadium to put up the press release, but they never
released it afterwards to the general press, you idiots.
And the best thing is, they spoiled the ever-living hell out of the multiparter in the press release too.
Oh,
Jesus.
Okay, maybe it's good they didn't release it.
Well, it's not that they. It's not that they spoiled like how it ends per se, but they do mention like how the ending is involved in some, like it's related to the ending, but not full-on ending.
Bill.
And
Bill, if you're listening, Bill, Greg, Alan, the writers of this four-parter, I am so sorry. You have to put up with this nonsense. Oh
It's kind of weird how they're working on a really, really well-known brand, and yet.
Oh.
I just for lols, I just sent in our conversation the press release to prove that they actually did make a press release for the multiparter, and they never put it up on their Sega blog. They never tweeted about it. They never said anything about it. In fact, they didn't even acknowledge the impressions that TSC and Stadium did.
I have just done a Google search for like the introductory thing of that. There's nothing. Oh my goodness me. I mean, if it was just for you guys, then that's fine, but there was zero preventing this going out. You know what? It's actually unusual because it says from Burbank, California. Is that where they are now? SOA.
Yeah, because that's where they migrated.
Right.
Attention Sonic the Hedgehog fans, except probably only like 2 or 3 of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a very little press.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. No, it is actually kind of...
Just to clarify for the people who are wondering, like, if this is actually legal, yes, it is. This was also part of the embargo that we actually had in effect for any media related to this multiparter. We couldn't upload the episodes themselves, obviously, but these screenshots that we got and this press release were specifically included in the embargo, and the day that we put those impressions up was, I believe, the day that the embargo ended. So as soon as that embargo ended, this press release was supposed to go up.
Boomerang was originally launched in the United States on April 1st, 2000. I believe that part.
Okay, can I just point out to everybody who's just... What I'm looking at in front of me, the legal lines, the about the various companies is longer. It is longer than the press release. They've got a section for about Sega America, a section for about Sonic Boom, which somebody at Sega America would have had to write, so they must have freaking known. Somebody at Sega America knows about Sonic Boom.
Okay.
About Technicolor Animation Productions, about Technicolor, about Boomerang. Allow me
also
to...
Also about Turner, but not technically about Turner, because they haven't put
Turner
about
itself
Turner.
has a subsection in Boom. Okay, so I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. I don't know how my eyes are practically swollen with tears of laughter.
Everyone.
Are you
sure you're going to read it, Kev?
Do you see now why I brought this up?
Yes. Oh God.
Are you sure you should be?
The more you look at it, the more wrong it is because of how everything is. Anyway, yes.
Kevin, you're freaking out. Should I read it instead?
You can't read it.
Okay. So, do you want me to go all the way down through the legal shit, or do you just want me to stop at the end of the necessary section?
Allow me to read the title.
If I
at the very
stop
least.
only at the end of the necessary section, it will not emphasize the fact that the legal shit is actually twice the size. But
allow me to start you off with the headline, okay?
Okay.
All new Sonic Boom Season 2 4-part cliffhanger premieres May 6th on Boomerang.
Not what cliffhanger means.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not a cliffhanger
Don't
at all.
So, Burbank, California, May 3rd, 2017. Attention, Sonic the Hedgehog fans! Gotta go fast! Pardon? Free your schedule, set your DVR, and alert your pals. A new 4-episode Sonic Boom story arc heads to Boomerang on Saturday the 6th of May at 6 PM ET/5 PM... Hang on. Wait, how does this work again?
6 o'clock PM.
6 PM ET/PT at 5 PM Central.
Yep.
Robots from the Sky, parts 1 to 4, follow Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Styx as they pursue hordes of gung-ho automatons on home turf and abroad. Spoiler warning in place now. After Team Sonic bests Eggman and his bots, the champs go on the road. They travel to cloud-based metropolis Roboken for a showdown with an obscure overlord, his charges, Miton and Bolts, and the multitudes of hypnotized metallic citizens. Miton and Bolts finally see the light and help Sonic Team to create Cyborg Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Styx. Will these mechanized heroes be able to squash the nefarious forces at play? The first 11-minute Robots from the Sky installment will air on Boomerang beginning Saturday 6th of May. A new chapter unfolds every Saturday in May at 6 PM ET/PT, 5 PM CT. Sonic Boom is a CGI animated co-production of Sega and Technicolor Animation Productions, TAP, and is currently in its 2nd season in over 100 countries around the world. Well, it's not actually in its 2nd season in those 100 countries around the world. We just mean that it started airing in 100 countries around the world. To stay current on Sonic the Hedgehog news, follow Sonic on Twitter and Instagram, like him on Facebook, subscribe to the Twitch channel, and watch the official Sonic YouTube channel. Pardon, Sonic doesn't run that Twitter or Instagram, and he doesn't run that Facebook. Can we stop referring to the franchise as the character for a second here? Because like that's not.
It's, I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But the fact that, okay, so this was done for release, so it's entirely possible that somebody stopped this game put out.
It's entirely possible somebody getting put out because the only things they had to say of it were the info storyline.
The thing is, though, is that they specifically said to Tristan that this press release is part of the embargo and it can be dealt with, you know, at the certain date, at the same date that we put up the screenshots that day that were included in our impressions.
This already aired though, so it's a bit late.
It's not that this was late. It's that at this when we got the necessary information from Sega, it was the episodes to look at. We had this press release, and the press release and 4 screenshots were what we got from media to put up on the on TCZ for help with our impressions and stuff like that, and they were part of the embargo. So Sega clearly intended for this press release to go out at some point. Why it didn't go out, I have no idea whatsoever.
Even if it was done like, okay, this is exclusive for you, you would still put up the press release. You would put it on the various games, media, press sites. You would put it up on a TV site or what have you. This is what Sega is supposed to do. That's their side of the deal, is helping promotion and stuff. It is, as the legal line says, a co-production.
The thing for me is like, the main reason why I didn't put up the press release that we were sent to put up ourselves, like once the embargo was done, was because Sega didn't put it up. I went, like, it was Wednesday at noon, I believe, was the embargo time. The week that Wednesday was, I think, a week ago. The week before, the Wednesday before part 1, the saga actually aired. That was when the embargo was over and the press release and screenshots could be posted in our impressions and stuff like that. I was waiting until that day to see if Sega would actually put up the press release. And I spent all day waiting, and I swear to God, they never did it. I honestly don't know what I'm not sure if they wanted us to specifically put up the press release. Like me and Stadium and TCC and Stadium, I have no idea. Stadium didn't put it up either. I'm not sure if they had a specific reason for it. I have no idea. All I know is Sega specifically told us we could put up the press release. The press release was included in the embargo, the same embargo as the screenshots that we included in the impressions, and they just never did it. They never put up this press release. But the other reason why is because it had spoilers. It spoiled a little bit of the ending, a little, not the full ending, because people don't actually know yet. Like as of this recording, as we're recording this, how it'll actually end. But an element of the ending is in there. So. But
you guys will by the time this goes up. So it's just...
Yeah, they'll know everything. Okay, I'm reading exactly what they said. Information in the release and assets, and by assets they mean the screenshots, are embargoed until so-and-so date. They specifically mention that. They say that it's attached in case you need additional info. So the press release, we could specifically mention stuff from the press release once the embargo was done. And they even told us it's attached in case you need additional info. So they specifically went all out to let us know about this press release and stuff. And they never put it up. They never...
Centering. Always calm.
So there's my story time.
Right. Okay.
Go back into the Skype chat and look at all the puppies, Kevin. That will help.
I'm not sure why Stadium didn't put up the press release. They probably...
It doesn't matter.
Stadium, so.
It doesn't
They
matter.
probably had their reasons. Either way, Sega didn't put it up, which was the important thing.
Again, just insert clip of Sonic saying, "You had your reasons," from one of the games that I can't remember. But we have that clip, and we will...
You had your reasons.
It stings too they had a very valuable opportunity here to promote the show, and they didn't do it. They had us do it. This has basically been the entire story of the promotion of the show, is that they just basically hand the promotion over to us and say, here, do it, and then they don't do it, which is their job.
No, I can understand. No, see, I can understand them giving it to you and then like giving you a timed exclusive. Just them not doing it at all after that. It's
no. I mean, like
so
I can
weird.
understand them handing it to. I mean, it's like I can understand them handing it to us, like to do a little bit of promotion. But it's like, why didn't they put out the press release? Why didn't they promote our impressions or stuff like that? You know.
They didn't do anything on the. They didn't like give you a retweet or anything about the.
One of the people that worked at Sega that handles that shows up in the Twitch streams to talk about the show, they acknowledged what we did with the impressions, but nobody else did. No one else at Sega did.
This is the thing, and the thing that I've got on the case about. It's all very well if Twitter account of, you know, marketer or producer or anybody that from Sega side tweets about it, they're not the ones with over 1 million followers. It's great that they're doing it, but if the company itself isn't doing it, the actual benefits are negligible.
That's just what gets me. Is like they did an amazing job actually giving us the ability to see these episodes. And I will always cherish that. Because that was...
It's nice that they've done that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to come off like we didn't deserve any of this. Like, it's more so along the lines of they had stuff to show. Like, they even made a full-fledged press release as if they were going to promote this themselves. And I honestly thought they were going to do that. And they just didn't do it. They never acknowledged the impressions that Stadium did and that I did. They never acknowledged that they didn't put out this press release that they had. And as I said, they told us, you know, they told TCC, hey, all information in this press release is, you know, embargoed until this date, and then you can talk about it. So, you know,
I think we need to get on with the actual episode now. I think, guys. We can come back to this afterwards if need be, but it is time to get on to episode 8, which is In the Midnight Tower. Thank you very much for sticking with us so far. It's been a talkative one. Crikey,
well,
it's been a talkative pre-show, isn't it? I don't know how long it's been.
It's mainly because of Archie, and then just the sheer fact that we just couldn't get over just what happened with this whole robots from the sky.
It is indicative of Sega.
So anyway.
That was the hardest I've heard you laugh in a long time.
Indeed. Oh boy. As Kat says, so anyway, it is there is an interlude. I do remember that, so that'll happen with some of us from before recording of episode 7, I believe, or in between recordings of episode 7. There's a little thing for you there. But after that, we'll be back with this show and this week's episode. Bye.
Why?
Bye.
I can't believe you were both just like stalling that. It's like, I can't say it. Don't worry, I've got two competent friends who are well able to say this.
No, that was your mistake.
That was my mistake. My mistake was relying on others.
Your mistake was relying on people who have no idea what the fuck.
My mistake was starting a show relating to video game cartoons and commentaries. That was my greatest error. Okay, we need Donnie in the room.
Hi.
Donnie, would you like to be in the room now?
It's the new parlor game, Sweeping the Nation. Donnie in the room.
It's fun for all the family.
Fun for all the family.
I didn't know there was a. I didn't know there was a room available.
It's
There is a room.
it's like the equivalent of "What's the time, Mr. Wolf?" But it's like, is there a Donnie in the room? No. Creep forward. Is there a Donnie in the room?
Is there a Donnie in the room? Yes!
Maybe.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. Then the Donnie co-opts somebody
Yeah.
at random, and then the Donnie then runs their life, and and that's what happens.
And then I stall trying to pronounce the name of writers.
Absolutely. What's the time, Jordi Valbuena? Donnie time. Actually, speaking of Donnie-related time, we're closing in on Donnie Day.
Oh boy.
But I assure you, nothing is happening.
Uh-huh.
That's what somebody else said
No,
the other
he's
day.
he's telling the truth.
I'm-
To a certain point of logic, he's telling the truth.
No, I'm telling you,
Nothing is
I'm telling the exact truth. Nothing is happening.
See, even if nothing is happening in Kevin's view and what Kevin's planning, here's the thing.
Other people
This fan
like
base.
it.
You're saying even if nothing is happening with Kevin's plans, the Sonic fan base will find a way to make something happen anyway. Because people keep bringing up Donnie Day to me.
I'm hope it brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. I was surprised by that. It also annoyed quite a lot of the people who wanted to do an over elaborate thing and had official things, and then it was completely derailed by a silly thing by a silly little website on social media.
Yeah,
we upset some people with that. That was because basically we dared to do something that interfered with the bigger sites.
Yeah, because it's not like, seeing, oh look, it's our site with Big now, for the millionth time. Because that's basically, yeah, like everyone's done that. I don't know how many times.
And the thing is, it's going to happen again because of Big's Big Fishing. Eventually, there'll be like a big takeover of everybody.
Yeah,
which is like Donnie is bigger than Big. This is what we discovered the other day, last time. But yeah, it really did annoy. That was it. Really did annoy some people that that how it was. It really was a case of how dare we. It's like, well, how dare we do something for April Fool's Day? Or is it how dare we do something that got more people interested than the thing you did? Or is it how dare we still exist at all? Which I think was a couple of people's points of view, but sod them, frankly.
It's not like I had anything to do with Donnie Day. I really didn't.
He didn't. He didn't at all. And that's a great thing because I didn't confirm that it was. I only obliquely confirmed that Donnie Day was my doing.
I didn't learn until like maybe within the 24 hours after it had started that, hey, Kev's the one behind the whole thing.
Yeah, my secret thing. It's just a shame that we didn't get like Stadium that involved, but they were just like, well, Donnie doesn't work for us, so it doesn't really make any sense. And it was like, who cares about it making sense?
What? Why are they so against me? I don't get it. Like,
no, they had their own thing. They had their own thing they were doing. So it was like, well, that. But it was just like it was more the answer I got was that it was Donnie doesn't work for us, so it doesn't make any sense. But it was like, yeah, but everyone knows Donnie.
Donnie doesn't work for you yet.
How does this like hinder you? It just gets you involved and shows a bit of fun. And never mind.
Like,
they missed out, and everyone else was in. That was the great thing because the Donnie Day thing was. It wasn't a showcase for LMC. That wasn't the point. It was a showcase for just everybody. And it was just the fact that this you could practically track globally this Donnie plague as it spread across the internet as other time zones came online, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yes, we've got a Sonic website, Sonic Sega website in Brazil that's just become Donnie.br. But yes, nothing is happening. this
Yeah,
time around.
nothing.
I don't know why people are even calling it Donnie Day. Frankly, it's April Fool's Day. Donnie Day was last year, and there. Why would we refer to it as Donnie Day again? That would be silly.
Because they still remember what happened last year, and I guess they want to do it again. But I mean, like, I don't. I'm not the one that's vouching for that. Donnie Day is something completely out of my control.
I didn't name it Donnie Day either. I called it something else initially, and then somebody else referred to it as Donnie Day.
Oh, so it wasn't even Donnie Day at first.
Oh, it was something like the Donnie Plague or something. Or it was the. It had like a very clever punny name to do with Donnie.
April Dawn's Day.
No, it was nothing to do with April Dawn's Day either. Nothing to do with April. It was like some pun on the name Donnie.
Oh.
It was like Donnieception or something, but it was better than that. But then it was a bit longer, so somebody shortened it to Donnie Day, and then that stuck. So I quickly switched to that because it was like, hey, people are calling it that, and that's fine. And it wasn't LMC's thing; it was everybody's thing. And what was actually the most glorious thing was you coming online and wondering what the hell was going on.
I was awake. I was awake when it started. Actually, it was like I was pretty much up the entire day, except I think it was like late evening, like my time, because I had dozed off for a nap at that point. But then when I woke up, people could tell I was awake again anyway. But no, I just saw everyone suddenly gradually becoming Donnie themed. I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
The best thing was me having to fake you out like the evening before, with you seeing that you had no longer access to the LMC Twitter, and me having to pretend that there was like some like big glitch thing going on.
It didn't help that you were doing that, and then Radio Sega was having their bit of, hey guys, we're getting a name change soon.
Yeah, I got
like,
what. I think I got Pete. I got Titan's Creed to run interference, if I remember rightly. I got somebody to.
Like, I didn't even... If I had put 2 and 2 together, I would just been like, okay, these sites are conspiring somehow.
One of the people... I can't remember if it was Turbo. I can't remember if it was Titan's Creed. But I got them to... I got them on Skype to message... I got them to message LMC on Twitter saying, hey, we've had this issue.
Are you...
I got somebody to run interference to try and throw you off. To think that it wasn't just you. I got somebody else to have this quote unquote the same issue.
Congratulations, it fucking worked. I remember seeing that. I was just like, oh, it's not just me then. Okay.
Rule of Summer of Sonic, as everyone knows, is that whatever happens, Kevin always has a plan. So I try and keep that active through life. That throughout everything, it's like Kevin has a plan. In the event that something happens, Kevin has a plan.
Oh, yes, you did.
Anyway, and we're back. Still with us, I hope. If not, you've skipped over it thanks to the time checks at the beginning. In which case, hi. We three are here. We are ready. It is time for us to check out Episode 8 of Season 2 of Sonic Boom in the Midnight Hour. And this has actually been brought to us by our episode delivery unicorn. So it's not every day you get one of those, as you can understand. Episode 7, we never told you, by the way, what it was. And there's a very good reason for that, because I honestly don't think you'd believe this. Because a unicorn's most believable, but that was actually our episode delivery ghost.
Oh my god!
For episode 7.
Why a delivery ghost?
Come on, Donnie, did you not notice that the legs were faded?
No, because the arms were blue. So
What have I said about them?
unobservant.
What have I said about them recolouring these ghosts blue? Right? Traditional ghost arms, A, they're not there, and B, when they are there, they're translucent white, potentially with a tinge of green. Okay, this nonsense of these blue-armed ghosts. Honestly, I don't know. But yes, it's a unicorn this week. If you have a problem with that, take it up with the Unicorn Council. So, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Hopefully this will all start for all of us. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Here we go. Whee!
All of us playing?
Ah, HD.
Oh, HD.
HD boom, I miss you so. Boomerang doesn't really have HD.
Suspicious title cards. The way I wish I could feel.
So, so here we observe the wild sticks.
That was great.
Punching
I want that
a
picture.
canvas.
She's an artist. She doesn't care for her own work. It's been 20 seconds. That's like yonks of time.
What'd you say, Sugar Plum?
Wait, has he been calling her Sugar Plum other times?
I don't know if we want to know more about that.
Dancing with sugar plums. You know, when I say it out loud, I kind of regret having said it out loud.
It's okay. He just likes thinking about Nutcracker. That's all.
I love how this look Sonic gave when he was looking right at the camera.
I'm going back to bed.
Mm.
If we do have a season 3, can we please get Comedy Chimp a decent sign? As opposed to his concept art? Please.
All by yourself in the empty village center while finger painting? It's called Jujitsu Realism, and it's the
Jujitsu Realism.
I found 40 paint cans in my burrow and couldn't think of anything else to do with them.
Sticks, remember, has everything.
Huh? Not me. I slept like a baby last night. No, really. An abandoned crib washed up on the beach.
You know,
Oh,
Sticks,
poor Knuckles is still
Aww.
homeless.
an increase in delusional behavior. That can't be it. I never sleep, but I'm telling you, there was something fishy going on at that TV
Sticks
station.
never sleeps.
And
This
gonna
doesn't
TV
surprise us at all, really, does it?
Hello, my sleepy friends.
Ghost.
Dreamcaster.
Oh, see what they
The
did there.
Dreamcaster.
That's why his eyes are swirls, but they're the wrong colour.
Yeah, this red swirl, this reddy orange swirl, it's clearly the wrong colour. It clearly should be blue. Nice kick, Sticks.
denizens of our village.
The Dreamcaster.
Don't be fooled. A fool
Citizens of our village.
Sheeple is a negative term. We prefer sheep villagers. I'm writing a letter to that network.
This
Yes.
design is glorious.
Dreamcaster.
I really like that design.
Now.
How is...
I'm
Wow.
glad you're here.
The Comedy Chimp poster in the background.
Yeah. Even the poster's judging her.
You destroyed my studio, you wacky
Yeah.
broad.
Even...
I lost the
We're gonna fight the machine. We talked about this.
Hold on. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
Yeah, she's a wacky broad.
Who doesn't go all in with pocket deuces?
No, I meant a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this.
The studio was destroyed by a brainwashing robot trying to invade your dreams through
Called
television.
Dreamcaster.
Well, I'm over 2.
Sticks, nobody's seen this robot but you. But he really exists.
You're wondering who does the voice, by the way. It is the deep, soulful voice of Roger Craig Smith.
Oh.
Yeah, the at the end is kind of nice.
Look, we all
Jeez.
The Earth. I really think they're kind of setting up the fact that that was a Sega Dreamcast reference.
Not...
Just a
Maybe.
hunch.
Just...
I don't like that you're talking down to me, and I don't care for your condescending altitude.
not sure if that was a clever pun or if you have no idea what you're saying.
Why can't you vote?
Two of my friends.
Knuckles' justice outrage. I thought you were my friends, apart from... Can we have, like, a... Oh, Sticks, don't do that. Those are lovely.
Boy, Styx has a lot of...
Broke into my studio and went bananas.
And you just broke into her home, which is also illegal.
It wasn't me. It was Dreamcaster.
No. Presumably there's a warrant.
It's gotta be true. After all, he is on TV.
God
Yeah.
damn it!
Famous people have their own way. Hollywood is taking over your lives. And oh.
Arrest me? That's not where I was going with that sentence.
Sorry, Sticks. It's for your own good.
Maybe a night in Old Stony Lonesome will clear your head.
Yes, you must be arrested for your own good.
Earned your sugar plums.
I don't get...
You've all earned
Wait, that's
your-
wait. He said sugar plums. Hang on, wasn't Sonic dreaming about sugar plums earlier?
Indeed, sugar plums dance.
Is he going to get actual sugar plums?
Monica Music Volume 2 can't cheer me up.
It's a reference to
Oh.
a visit. It's a reference to the poem "A Visit from St. Nicholas," which is also known as "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." It's a line from that. And visions
I
of
didn't
su-
even
and
notice
visions of
that
sugar plums
originally.
dance in their head.
Oh dear.
Oh. Ew.
Endless.
Those faces they're making. Oh, God.
You fools! I finally have you all under my control. And all it took was the power of television. And
Television! It'll be the end of you all.
I don't find him particularly charming.
I don't like to brag.
Oh.
Love to brag.
Well, that's challenged.
The television ad intended to broadcast dream-controlling mind waves was a work of brag-worthy brilliance.
It's a shame you're too humble to bring it up.
The mind control began slowly, thanks to Dreamcaster's hypnotic command.
Something I didn't really notice originally when I watched this episode was that they do reference.
Dance of dreams.
They kind of hint that. It's, oh,
It's
This is fine.
this is the worst Michael Jackson music video ever.
Real? I guess my hand really is my hand.
You weren't affected by Dreamcaster's control because you're the only one in town with
No,
a
like
TV.
I didn't notice that
With you. What are you doing?
they
Setting him
suggest that they had been under control the entire time because of the whole sugar plum thing.
Control everyone's minds.
I never noticed that.
Oh.
You keep watching.
Oh.
So, oh, okay.
We've got Sticks' permission to keep watching everyone. This is fine.
Thanks.
Begin construction
Thanks, Sticks.
of the Super Slumber Satellite.
So yeah, that's good.
I mean, we're taking a record.
Hey, look! It's
So, of course we're watching. She needs somebody to believe her. She needs witnesses.
we've gone from totally not thriller to totally not Funky Town.
Oh.
What is even going on with this episode?
Knuckles. I've got sugar plums up in here.
Worst chat up line ever.
Give them the sugar plums.
Listen
I've got sugar plums up in here. Oh yeah.
slumber. Taste the
Dreamcaster's
plums,
voice creeps me out.
and join us.
Must
Just Roger,
delicious.
bringing it.
It's Roger.
Roger, bringing it.
I love Knuckles walking in the background.
Just the sort of Frankenstein walk.
Hypnotized minions. This is a glorious day.
They don't care. Just start the thing.
There-
We'll no longer be limited to this small village.
Look, he
You
wants to make
forget it.
speeches. It'll make him feel better about the fact that the only reason anybody's ever going to listen to him is because he erased their minds.
You forget it's Eggman. He always has to gloat and rub it in that he's winning, so.
Dreamcaster will broadcast
Why doesn't Eggman just take over another village
unstoppable.
where Sonic isn't?
It all begins with just
This is an island.
one button. Then a flick of this switch. and we got a
I have no
button
idea
here,
it's Eggman. I mean,
and my thumbprint. Swipe my ID back.
I guess he wants the competition. That's all I know.
Security!
Oh boy.
What part of that process seemed fast?
I never noticed how shiny the models were in HD.
Yeah, ooh, glare on that TV. No!
A tinfoil hat. The only surefire way to protect from mind control.
It would figure that would be, of all things,
Zombies, attack!
that would be, of all things, the way to defeat the...
Zombies attack. This is
I see a,
Not the most effective army, but still.
I see a certain beaver in the crowd.
oh, we've barely seen him. There's the bunny again.
That purple deer girl's cute.
Gentleman Wolf is there, I believe.
Sticks? What's going on?
Mind control. Now put these on Knuckles and tails.
I appreciate that they were all various different types.
Hey, I'm no longer in a mind-numbing stupor. I'm back to my regular stupor.
This won't do at all.
They had fun making those hats. Oh.
Oh no!
Of course.
Where's it going?
Oh.
Finally, I'm free. You know, this whole experience has been a metaphor for my entire life. Just another case of the cloud. I'm gonna turn my life around. Look out, world! Wildcats coming at ya!
Sorry to interrupt your epiphany. Kinda
No!
It's okay, he'll be back in Sonic Forces.
No breakout characters for you! No breakout characters! Oh Jesus!
Oh god!
Caster, time for bed. And here's the lullaby.
Oh man.
That's not what the lullaby is.
Can we go back to that character going for that on that tangent
Yeah,
again, please?
Wildcats epiphany. Oh,
Oh,
wow,
That was
rubbish.
amazing.
Oh, tag teams.
Oh,
Should be
just wearing
stressed enough that there's a
hats.
lot more action in season 2.
We don't mind if you control
Like-
us.
Just the one crab bot in the background and it flying.
I never noticed that robot.
Aren't you going to abide?
I need to go back in the line at the end of this.
You're under mind control.
I
Also,
legitimately
painting.
want all these pictures.
Talking. Really? So you don't think I'm nuts?
Oh.
Well, that's a tad
Oh.
awkward.
Oh.
Excuse me a second, I need to go back.
I never
I
noticed
need
that
to go
badnik hitting
back
the
with
tree in the background.
I need to go back on the YouTube copy, but I need to go back.
God, I love this
Oh,
show.
boy. That was something.
It would figure that we record an episode related to sleeping and slumber as
Yeah.
I misheard Orbot and Eggman's parting dialogue, and I didn't realise what he meant was wit chip. I thought he was suggesting something else then.
I'm trying to think what you heard on the basis of that. But
You
yes,
control
Orbot said he doesn't mind if you controlled him and Keybot. But so yeah, that was episode 8.
Ah, it's the reaction you're going for, I see.
It was well, it was. Well, we can get onto this in the post show bit. But remember, Orbot was also kind of upset / jealous of Dreamcaster.
Yes, he
So
was.
he's sort of insinuating how he's not kind of happy that he's sort of back in prominence with Dreamcaster's kind of
You'll have
crappy
him
demise.
and you'll have the bad guys. Where they're gone.
Think about it, this was probably one of the closest points Eggman ever got to actually winning.
Well,
Like,
he
he
had
really
the
was.
entirety of the village, with the exception of Styx. So
But
That-
he was still on the satellite to spread his plans to the world.
Of course, robots from the sky will, if by now, people see, hey, there's another point where Eggman's actually gotten really close to winning. But
good. Competent Eggman is good because competent Eggman is a threat.
no one can use the argument that Eggman is not a threat in Sonic Boom, especially in season 2, because boy has Eggman really shown that he's been a threat.
I love the fact that it does sort of vary, because episode 7 we had a defeat. We started with a defeated Eggman being really down and depressed, and this time it was sort of everything. There was lots of little bits here and there. The fourth wall was just destroyed this episode. It really was. It was in bits, scattered across the ground.
That tangent that one character went on was no doubt the highlight for me.
Oh dear.
That
That
was
was
quite beautiful.
Yes, that's actually my highlight. It's not Sonic or anyone on
Okay,
Team Sonic.
so for
Donnie's highlight, play introduction.
Whoa.
Wildcat,
who needs official art, I guess.
Also, insert a clip from High School Musical.
No.
Wildcats. That's the
Even though I
basketball
didn't get
team.
the reference even though I didn't get the reference at all, still no.
Aww.
No, we'd get copyrighted for that in like a heartbeat.
Yeah, we get copyright.
It's like, let's put a Disney thing in here. It's like, where's my channel gone? It doesn't exist anymore. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So on the basis that, so we've had Donnie's highlight already. I didn't even get to say my line. God damn it. But yeah, the Wildcat's attempted breakout to be an important character and then being shut down. That was probably my favourite bit. Actually, I really like Dreamcaster as a villain, as a robot, because he was something different. He was something very different. Attacked people and attacked the gang in a very different way. It was nice that it was Sega and referencey, and as Donnie said, is that they hammered home the fact that it's like, hey, this is a reference.
One thing that is a good point though, that this was a very original robot, not just in the concept but also in the name too. It wasn't just so and so bot. It was an actual full-fledged name.
It was something
not
that
something
played.
that you see often.
It was something that played on the history a lot, which I quite liked with that. The only thing I would have preferred with Dreamcast, when he sort of took off the robe and was revealed, and it was very surprising because you've had this, to actually see it underneath, I think me and Kat both just went, ugh, because that wasn't what I was expecting. But even that looked very different. And you don't really have had floating robots. That's one of the other things. I would have loved, just for that extra little bit, when Dreamcaster sort of did his sort of like animalistic cry, if it would have had the ch Dreamcast noise in there. You know, from the disc, disc issue that Dreamcasts end up getting.
The appropriate reaction to Dreamcaster unrobed. Disrobed?
What's this?
The correct face.
You're gonna have to send me that again without the circles for the actual video, if you can.
I would need the video to stop having circles.
You can try it later.
I'm sorry.
But needless to say, what I'm looking at the moment is a sort of, I don't even know how you would describe that face actually of Styx, but anyway, moving along. Was there anything else, Donnie, that you thought was cool or sort of made you sort of go, huh?
It was like I said, that part when we were seeing Eggman move away, like drive away from the scene after being defeated, and we saw that Badnik hitting the tree. I never noticed that, and that was actually brilliantly done. I love it when you see goofy things happen in the background as the plot is advancing in the foreground. It just adds more charm to the episode because it just shows, hey, they actually care about what they're doing.
I will add, it was nice to see an episode at night. I can't recall many episodes where there has been a specifically, okay, this is occurring at night. Apart from the New Year's one, actually, I think, that we mentioned earlier. That was at night.
Yeah.
But it was nice and different atmosphere. Talking about the third wall and Styx generally, there was one specific, I don't know, I guess you would call it an editing gaffe, but it was more of a case of, okay, they've done this to whatever. Nice bit of animation. Styx's ear sort of moving past the bar when she turns towards it. It is like, it sort of like folds back and then flicks round because she turns her head. It doesn't clip through it at all. It flicks past and then in front of. At the same time, those bars, the prison bars, whose position, or more appropriately, their thickness and distance from each other, moved around a lot during that scene. At the beginning of the scene, it was pretty much, you know, just either side of Styx's eyes, I think. When she's talking to Eggman, obviously for the purposes of so you can see her better, they're slightly further apart. and then moving back in, we also had 2 pieces of original music, brand new original music that we've never heard before, ever. That dance, the zombie dance, which I'm going to refer to as Shocker. It was a shocker night. There.
Yes. So instead of like that little monologue at the end, so that monologue that we hear at the end of Thriller, would that be Roger as a Dreamcaster doing the monologue at the end then?
Yeah. For the purposes of, in the event this gets back to Boom Dream, can we get a clip of Roger as Dreamcaster doing a version of who is it at the end of Thriller? Is it Boris Karloff? I can't remember.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Boris that was at the end there.
I can't remember who it is. No, it's Vincent Price. Wrong person. It's Vincent Price who does the vocals on Thriller. If I would love to hear a Dreamcaster's version of that ending, but obviously for this original piece of music that has never happened. There's no.
There you go. Low quality because high quality is not loading.
Okay. Whoops.
But Nash don't have circles over her face.
Whoops again. Much whoops.
Styx is doing a fabulous YMCA dance there.
Yes. Young Badger.
So you posted.
There's a place you can go. I said, Young Badger. Right.
I said
so that's good. So okay, that'll have appeared then. Yeah, I would love to hear Dreamcaster's version of the Vincent Price speech.
Sugar plums fall
Boom Team,
across
if you
the
think
village.
about it, Boom Team, so would you really with that voice. Sugar plums are in the air. The funk of 11 minutes on Boomerang. And Sega lawyers of every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, the marketing's kind of shittier. For no TV show can resist the Cartoon Network killer. There's a... I'm sorry. No, if you can imagine a Dreamcaster thing for that, like for the end of Everybody Dance with Sugar Plums.
Can we just spoof that song later this year for Halloween?
Well, no. Somebody said Alan challenged somebody to write the version of John Henry's Hammer for one of the episodes later on in the series, and I'm tempted to do so. So I don't know. But so we had Shocker and I don't know what we'd call the other one. No, that's... Oh, Cat, what's another word for funky?
Groovy?
Yes, won't you take me to Groovy Village?
I'm gonna take a picture of the sheep because I like the sheep's design.
Is that the first time we've seen the sheep?
I think it's the first time we've seen the sheep.
We got a new character because of the joke, which I appreciate. It adds to it.
That's such a rad design, though. Look at that.
That is a really nice design. That sheep. I hope we see more of it. We should now that it exists. I hope they ended up animating legs for the damn thing as well, so we can get that character back.
I will find him in a second.
I also like the idea if that character is the character that's always saying I'm going to write a letter of complaint is its thing. I'm perfectly happy with that as well. With anything going on, just like, why are you still the mayor? Well, there was that time Knuckles was mayor. Never mind about that. We don't mention previous. I'm going to write a letter of complaint. There's a taxation on bad joke goldfish. I'm going to write a letter of complaint. Wait, no, everyone hates that character, and they're very glad it's gone. That was the one thing we all got behind, I think, in Series 1, how much we all hated that damn goldfish. And it's not been back. It's never coming back. Cat.
Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm pausing at opportune moments, apparently. I was looking to just get pictures of Styx at the beautiful moment where she's in jail.
Yeah.
Well, with the classic BGM, and then she just takes off the record.
What I find interesting is that
it's like, maybe my perception of reality is wrong. Maybe this isn't my hand. Maybe it's my foot. And she turns around, and I paused at the wrong time, but it was the right time. So I have this special expression.
That was a nice callback, actually, when she said that, and the callback to maybe my mind's okay after all, and then the shoe was on her hand.
Maybe it really is my hand.
Nowhere the shoe's on her hand.
Something I just realized is like, how is it that Sonic, Amy, Tails, and Knuckles knew that what happened while they were mind controlled, when they had been pulled out of mind control? Like, how did they know what was going on? Like, I would assume that they, after coming out of the mind control, they wouldn't remember anything since they were, mind controlled and don't really. Like, but they still somehow recall that they jailed Styx and everything. Like, how did they remember that?
They must have had some kind of, plot. Donnie, that was the reason why. It was all plot.
What?
Also, but there's no excuse for these wrongly coloured Dreamcast swirls, though. No excuse whatsoever.
They should have been Sega Saturn eyes.
No. It should have been blue swirls. Sorry, it's.
See, the question for me is why did they? Orange swirl. The thing for me is like, why did they have a Dreamcaster when the Dreamcaster should be thinking? I mean, that was the motto.
Yes, it's thinking. It's always thinking. It's thinking of sugar plums, plums made of sugar. Dance the dance of dreams.
It's thinking of Thriller, apparently.
Candy fruit things.
Are you there yet, Kat?
Am I where?
Because we're waiting for your impressions of things.
Are you really now?
Yes. Kat, what did you think of the episode?
I think it was a very good day for animation.
Which bits really stood out for you?
That is because I'm able to watch this episode in HD.
Well, it's the magic of the unicorn.
I do very much enjoy when she tries to get out of the bars and she recognises that they're cartoon bars that are wider than her body, but she gets stuck by her hair. And she just ends up stuck there, and she wiggles and she falls out. She falls out backwards where she started.
Yeah,
that's
they're
right.
taking more and more. They're making more and more use of Styx's self-awareness of the fact that she's in a cartoon, basically, which is good.
It just now occurred to me, I forgot that Styx tells Sonic that there was mind control going on and stuff like that. That's how Sonic knew, oh hey, we were mind controlled. I don't think that he knew what had happened, just that he knew that if anything did happen, based on what Styx was saying, that, oh, they were mind controlled. That's why, okay, now I get it. Today on Donnie figures something out.
Dear. Yeah, it doesn't have a name yet, it's just referred to as
I think we're all
villager.
agreeing that the best part of the episode is the best part of the episode.
Wildcat's voiced by Wally Wingert. And that was wonderful, frankly.
That was the highlight of the episode, bar none for me.
I agree with you there. I'll figure out some way of putting Wildcat in, which will have already appeared in the episode at this point. But
I was not expecting that the hat would come off of Knuckles and land on him, and then he'd go on this wild tangent.
Finally,
Like
I have
did.
realized my purpose in life. You know, this whole experience has been a metaphor for my entire life. No longer will I just be another face in the crowd. I'm gonna turn my life around. Look out, world! Wildcat's coming at you.
Sorry about that.
Tails like apologising. Sorry, I've ruined your character's showpiece. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's so yeah, that was good. Any other specific animation bits that stood out for you, Kat? There's bits that you really liked. I'd actually quite
Sorry,
like...
just supplying a picture of our new Lord and Saviour.
Okay. I quite like, say, Dreamcaster's animation generally. Oh wow, thank you for all the images. That's going to make things really useful.
Yeah, Dreamcast is pretty cool.
Dreamcaster's animation in general. And yeah, the sheep. We need to name the sheep. Okay, that's your task, because the sheep doesn't have a name, which means it's time for another. It's time for another round of name that thing. This is not what I called that particular part of the. I don't think this is what I called this last time. That's canon. There we go. That's canon. We want you to tell us what the sheep's name should be. The sheep villager. That's all it is sheep villager at the moment, at least according to Sonic Wiki. I'm guessing if I
I have
actually.
one, but I'll hold off until the call's over.
Let me just. I know this is moving around for you guys, but the volume's off for me, and I want to see the credits because this is one of the. The unicorn's so good; it's actually given us an episode with credits on it, and doesn't say. And Bill Fragberg was Collie Chimp and Lady Walrus. Lady Walrus hasn't spoken that much this season.
Nope, she really hasn't said a whole lot.
Yeah, she's also
Once a blue moon, she
not
does.
lost her baby. I don't think.
Nope.
Has she lost her baby at all?
Maybe, I think in one episode in season 2 she's done that. One we haven't gotten to yet, but
They've sort of toned it down a bit. That was actually the running gag that I was perfectly happy with continuing as much as it wanted. So,
yeah.
Oh, poor Knuckles though. There's a crib washed up on the beach.
I just hope
There's two layers there. One, there's the fact that Knuckles is homeless and slept in a bed that he found washed in the ocean. And two, What happened to the crib to get it in the ocean?
Also, when did Knuckles find this? Is he just spends the nights wandering around the beach with nowhere to go? Knuckles' backstory in general is this very sad one. I mean, it's a sad one anyway, outside of Boom, if you really think about it. But poor Knux. Should we start up a campaign or something?
Knuckles Foundation.
For just $5 a month, you can help an echidna gain shelter and learn how to fish, or learn how to tie their own shoelaces. Things like that.
Knuckles
Basics.
can fish. He punches into the water and they stick to the spikes.
Considering Knuckles' awareness of what different creatures are is somewhat wonky. I.e., he thought a seagull was a penguin in the last episode. You saying he punches fish and they stick to the spikes? I am now very worried what he's actually punching that he thinks are fish.
Actual fish.
Gogabas. There we go. He's eating Gogabas. He punches Gogabas, murders them, they're stuck to his fist, goes, hey, it's a fish, and then he eats them. And that's why we don't see the Gogabas as much nowadays, because Knuckles has been eating them all. There we go. It's there.
Geez.
That's now officially canon. There we go.
The
And that's
Gogabas
how
do show
Knuckles
up in later
makes.
episodes, though.
The extras he sells off to our good friend at Mehrburger, and then Gogabas get made into chip.
Oh my god.
This went to... I have no idea where this came from.
So now, not only is Tails dead, but so is the Gogabas.
We're all disturbed. Kevin, stop.
I don't know.
So the Gogabas are dead, Tails is dead, who's next?
Who's next? You decide. See, you'd have all known about this, but Sega didn't put out the press release where they actually they covered this terrifying rumor, and they said they'd stick by their character.
The funny thing is that Aaron jokingly referenced the Tails is dead thing in in a Tumblr post not too long ago.
Yeah, but you said he keeps doing that anyway.
Tags. That's just how Tumblr tags work, to be honest.
Again, this is the thing that...
He's using the tags correctly, not using them to categorize posts to make them easier to find, because if you do that, you're a fucking Tumblr noob. I'm sorry, I swore. Beep that out, replace it with the F sound from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged in Perfect Hair Forever or whatever it was originally, but nah.
I don't know.
With the marriage.
I found it. It's the post for the second part of Robots from the Sky, which coincidentally, as of the time we're recording this, it airs in 40 minutes over here. So soon people will be able to see part 2 of Robots from the Sky in 40 minutes.
More effort into everything else than making funny Tumblr tags.
Yeah. But like the tags actually has, like, as you can see, hashtag as you can guess, hashtag Tails seems to be okay. Hashtag Aaron will be a little disappointed. Hashtag as he's been thinking someone listened to him and Tails game overed. Hashtag don't tell him. Hashtag he'll realize it soon enough. So yeah, Tails is dead thing.
Incidentally, Tails is dead.
Yeah.
This
again.
The thing with that explanation, it's all well and good, but remember these episodes were recorded some time ago, so so bad news. Tails is dead. In fact, saying that Tails is not dead meant that he had to have come back to life if that was at any point was true, and then he's died again. So just let the poor fox die.
It's worth noting that while we're talking about this, the room that the three of us are in that to watch Boom episodes of commentate over. To the left of the, to the left of it is just Tails giving us the biggest smile right now, which is probably telling. I think he's telling us something.
Yes, he's telling us he's not long for this world. Farewell, sweet fox boy. You will be missed, and you will be replaced next season by a Wildcat. We're axing Tails. We're putting Wildcat in his place. I think that's a fantastic casting move. Anybody involved in the voicing can get a new job in voicing other characters within the franchise. But,
so Cat will be able to commentate about Wildcat.
This could get confusing.
Cat.
Cat with the cat sound in the episode as well. That one. Okay, it's getting a bit weird. So anyway, so that's your task anyway.
Now it's getting weird. You mean it wasn't weird when we were doing that Thriller spoof idea? Because that was pretty weird.
Oh boy.
We've given a lot of strange fanfic ideas from this commentary. This is what happens when you keep us away for 2 months.
Oh jeez. Anyway, we'll be back next time with episode 9, which I believe is Multi-Tales.
Speaking of Tails,
yeah. Did you know that Tails is dead? Well, in the next episode, he's there's many of him.
They all die.
There are many Tails. Many Tails are brought to life, and then they all die because it's Multi-Tales, an episode about cloning, and Knuckles gets playmates, and it's quite sweet actually, and sad in an odd way. And
and spoiler alert, this, as much as cloning may seem like a trope, they actually handled this well.
They do. But you guys get to see that next time. Until that time, please check out us, the rest of the channel. Please like this video, comment, and subscribe. You can also check out other videos from the Uncutting crew or the previous episodes that we've done. And all season 1, of course, which are there as well. And also be sure to click that bell, because YouTube is YouTube and YouTube is the worst. You can also follow us on Facebook, as well as Twitter, of course. Carry on both sides. We're usually talking about something on LMC. But other than that, we will see you next time. So, from Donnie.
This has been a weird commentary.
From Cat. And from me. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.